Whew. Anybody that makes videos, don't you hate it when you film a whole video and you never hit record? Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be talking about the second book I read in the self-published sci-fi competition. I always want to say sci-fi first instead of self-published first, but anyway, my team picked these 7 books. I talked about them in another video. I've already done one review and this is my second. It's called Shakedowners. And in one sentence, it was a funny, wild ride. I also think it's funny that I am giving this a certain rating, which you'll see when we get there. And Fina, again, who kind of had the opposite feelings than I did for the first book that I read, kind of had the opposite feelings about this book as well. So I just think that that is so funny and goes to show that people just enjoy books in a completely different way. So rating things still seems arbitrary, but let's do it. So the characters were fantastic. I especially liked Iridius. He's the captain of the ship. He is the captain of a shakedown crew. And that means that they go and do a test run on a brand new ship before its real crew comes in and takes over. So this story is about him going on a shakedown trip. And while they're gone with the newest and best and biggest ship in the fleet, things are happening back home. And when they come back from the shakedown trip, things have happened. So that is the premise of the whole story. I really liked the premise. I loved the characters, especially there were a couple of people on his crew, Quinn and Rangy. I don't really know how to pronounce that, but it's his last name and that's what I'm going with. And they were kind of my favorites. They were the ones that stood out. They had the most time with Iridius, so we heard the most about them. And maybe that's why they stood out the most. I'm not sure. But there's not a ton of time to develop a lot of characters in a normal, quote unquote, normal length novel. So I think that for the amount of space we had and the time that we had, I thought that he did a great job of developing the characters. The story was super interesting. The pacing was really good. It was really fast paced. It kept me engaged the whole time. The writing was really funny. Like I laughed out loud a couple of times. And so, you know, it gets bonus points if it makes me laugh. I appreciate this kind of humor. This still might not be my favorite as far as humor goes, but it was up there and I really liked it and it was really good. The ending was good. It was satisfying. Also a little bit predictable, but there were still moments that kept me guessing. And I didn't know how everything was exactly going to be wrapped up or ended or kind of closed up. I also liked that the author was not afraid to blow things up and start shaking things up right from the very beginning. I thought it was great and it kept me wondering and guessing the whole time, which I really enjoyed. So on my rating system, this gets a 9.5 out of 10. So even though ratings are arbitrary, and we all know that my rating doesn't mean that this is what this book is, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I know that Fina would not give it a 5 out of 5. I know she did not, but this is my system, and this is the way I thought about it, and I thought it was fantastic, and I really liked it. I want to know what the last book was you read that you gave 5 stars, and I'm going to put it on my list and see if I agree with you. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.